Hello everyone, an outside broadcast today. As you can see, we've stepped out of the kitchen and into the surgery. We're here in Grace Danes Vet Clinic with owner, proprietor and all-round legend, Dr. Anna.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us, Dr. Anna.
No worries.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
So basically, you guys would have been introduced to Anna before. You've done a quick video for us before. We have had...
Is that our first caller already?
It could be already, Anna, you're popular. I'll get you on the red phone. So yeah, you guys would have learned a little bit about Dr. Anna before, but this is just literally about getting to know her a bit better and perhaps getting to know me a little bit better too.
Yeah.
So Anna, so where did you grow up first of all?
I grew up in Australia. I
Yeah.
grew up in Cabramatta,
Okay.
and I've had a good time eating a lot of good Asian food there.
Yeah, there's plenty of it there, alright.
Yeah.
And I suppose a question to ask you is, did you have animals growing up?
I didn't.
No.
You think I did
That's a
because I was a
surprise.
vet? No.
Okay.
My parents were refugees, and so we didn't always have the luxury to have pets
Okay.
at all. It was only until I was 16 I got a job.
Right.
And I said, Mum, I got this.
Absolutely.
And I got my first dog then.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
And I guess my next question then would be when did you know that you wanted to be a vet? When did you realise that it was for you?
I've thought about this many times, and I think first would be when I walked out dream walking one night, and my dad caught me wanting, literally, the cliche, wanting to find a pony. And I needed to look after it because it was hurt.
Okay.
And then my dad told me just to go to bed. I got to bed, woke up in the morning, I was just like, where's that pony?
Yeah.
And so I think subconsciously, if I was dreaming about animals, I did want to be a vet.
Yeah.
But once I got to high school, I thought, oh God, I have to be a vet because I love animals so much, and if I didn't get to vet school, I'd be on the dole,
Yeah, well that's
typically.
Yeah, very good. And then just when you're talking about school, were they supportive towards the idea? Or did you find it a bit of a battle that you had to convince the teachers or whoever that this was going to be for you?
Well,
Guidance counsellors?
school was always supportive because I went to an ag school.
Okay.
So there was a lot of animal stuff
Yeah.
and hoeing into the ground and being a good farmer, being the modern cultured person.
Yeah.
But my parents, that was a bit tougher because
Okay.
they wanted me to be a human GP, a
Okay.
lawyer, an
Yeah.
accountant.
Yeah.
But I said, look, a doctor vet for animals is a derivative for human doctors, and I think they kind of settled with that.
Absolutely, very
Yeah.
good, very good.
Yeah.
So tell us about your pets now. We have seen Sheldon
Sheldon.
before. Yeah, he's made an appearance on camera.
He
So
has.
He's beautiful.
Oh yeah, in vision, but in personality, he's a little bit of a
troublemaker, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have a beautiful fat cat, Aurora,
Yeah.
and a very good fat Staffy as well.
Okay.
But I always say
We're working on that.
we're working on that.
Yeah.
Going CDK9 will help a fair bit
Yeah.
with the pre-made portion sizes.
Absolutely. And how has Sheldon responded to the food? Because he's been on it for quite a while.
Well, he
now.
loves it.
Yeah.
All animals, the cat and the dog.
Yeah.
If I miss out their food with some raw in it,
Yeah.
they won't eat their food.
Yeah.
And until I put a little bit of raw in, they'll eat it.
We do hear that a lot, alright, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
And I'm happier because my partner and I are happier because he used to poo around the house a lot. But now, even though he does a little mistake here and there, it's not a massive thing because the poos are really tiny
Yeah.
and they don't smell and they're easy to pick up.
Yeah.
And being a dash hound as well, I'm always worried about him being overweight. So I think that I can control his leanness and his weight better with the raw food.
Yeah, very good.
Well, it's the plan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The poops are one of the lesser said benefits of raw feeding. Actually, as Dr. Anna said, yeah, they're smaller, they're easier, they're not as stinky. So, what's the most unusual or exotic animal that you've treated?
It was a goanna.
A goanna.
It was a goanna,
Okay.
and it got hit by a car, and it was all honestly so stressful. I can't remember any of the details for it, but all I know is that we all came out okay.
Yeah.
The goanna was okay. We survived mentally and physically, and I really hope I never have to deal with that ever again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will confess, I have to ask this further question. What's a goanna?
A goanna?
Yeah.
Where Anna goes all the time. But it's
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
you'll see one day when you go.
I'm sure I have. I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. And so a quote that I came across recently, I thought it was quite funny. I said I'd ask you.
Yeah.
Sorry to spring this on you. They say dogs come when they're cold, but cats will take a message and get back to you later. What do you think about that?
I think that it's mostly true as a whole.
Yeah.
I think that if anyone has a naughty pug or a little naughty Pomeranian, they give you that side eye now and then, like got that selective hearing. I think that's a little bit of a taking a message later for later.
Okay.
So I think it's more the human, how they train and interact with their pet,
That's a
rather
good
than
answer.
the actual pet itself. And I love my cat. She's like my mini dog.
Yeah.
So she gets caught when she comes.
Well, I was going to ask you that question. I wasn't sure if it was fair, but I was going to ask you, were you a dog person or a cat person? Which probably isn't fair to ask a vet, in fairness. She's an
I'm
animal
not going to
person.
even answer it. I love everyone.
No, that's okay. So that's the correct answer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the correct answer. So what made you set up a vet clinic here in Greystanes?
I've always had a deep passion for animal care, and I've been a vet for 10 years now, and I think after working in 5+ small hospitals, I think it was time that I just got something for myself.
Yeah.
And just put like my Anna twist on it, grabbing all the good bits from all the other hospitals, atomizing, have my staff know that the care is as best as I'd like it to be, which is high standard.
Yeah.
And I haven't regretted since I've started it in the last 1.5 years or so. So it's been a fun ride.
Yeah, I have to say that you guys probably can't see it all from here, but Anna's done a really, really good job of kitting it out recently.
Yeah.
It's a really nice refurb. The place is fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, congratulations on
Good.
that.
Yeah.
Another question for you, Anna. It's not a medical question, but you do obviously have spend a lot more time with dogs than most people, including your own, I guess. They say, or do you think dogs can read our emotions?
Yes, I think they can. I think that most dogs are very intuitive, and I think they probably read our emotions a lot better than we read theirs. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think especially too over lockdown when a lot of people were at home a lot more. I think that the dogs have certainly, if they didn't know us inside out already, they definitely got to know us a lot better.
Yeah, that's right.
Have you found any kind of issues since we've come out of the whole COVID thing between pets obviously having that much time at home with their owners, and then the owners maybe going back to work?
Yeah, the emotional side has been a big deal. A lot of owners are finding that a lot of the puppies they purchased during COVID time become so emotionally attached that it's hard for them to separate, and they've all got this separation anxiety issue now because they've been at home. So it's a hard one because we all need to go to work, but I guess eventually these dogs need to learn new tricks.
Yeah.
It just takes a lot of time when it comes to our headspace,
Yeah.
and that includes the dog's headspace too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you have any recommendations with how to help owners with that?
A lot of conditioning.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of conditioning, a lot of habits, lots of rituals that they need to do inside the house and outside the house as well. And if some of them really need medication, then it's worth talking about. But there's a lot of home things they can do that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be a potential whole episode on its own at some stage. Yeah.
It's a vlog already on our website.
It's a vlog already.
Oh,
It is, yeah. So yeah, actually, again, like what we're talking about here is this is going to be a regular thing between myself and Dr. Anna. So if you guys have any questions at all for me or for Anna, just you can put them in the comments, send us an email, and we will try and get to as many of them as we can. We do have So if you guys have any questions at all for us, make sure you can pop it in the comments or send us through an email.
And if you have any medical questions, or if you're curious about feeding CD Canine raw, then just make a booking with Dr. Anna Me at Greystanes Vet Clinic.
It's a fantastic place.